Peterson Chevrolet, this is Scott. How may I help you?
Hey Scott, this is Ron Baird with the Chevy Suburban that we've brought in a few times for the air conditioners. We spoke last week or maybe the week before.
Nutris something.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nutrition Outlet.
That's it.
Hey, I wanted to call you. I got a letter in the mail, or it's not really a letter, it's more like an invoice.
Right.
And when you and I had spoken last, you kind of gave me the impression that I was going to get a letter that kind of detailed the events that had occurred, and of course this is pertaining to me not wanting to have paid for the...
Right. What I had done is I asked the advisor, one of my advisors, to basically open a repair order. That's documentation I can give you, that way it's in the computer, so no matter who's here, it'll still be there, stating that, having had some problems with the AC, still having, and that we will not charge a deductible on your next visit, whenever that is, until we find out what's going on. Now, if it's something we did, like I said, with any customer, they come in as something, the last repair failed, then no charge, period. Just, we need to first find out what's wrong. We had discussed that. So that's why I did it that way, is to make sure it was in the computer, so no matter what happens, anybody that pulls it up can see, hey, there's an RO in there explaining that this should be minimal diagnosis is no charge, and then depending on what we come up with, the whole thing could be no charge.
Well, I guess the problem I'm having, it's not really descriptive as far as, like, for instance, when you and I talked, and I have in my notes here that the first time we dropped it off was 9/1, September 1st. AC wasn't working. They fixed it, but only the front worked, not the rear. And you and I had talked about the first guy that did this repair. He didn't really go through to the full extent. He thought he'd found the problem and stopped there and didn't really check everything out. And these are your words. I've written them down.
Right.
And so, and also we talked a little bit about you guys have ways of testing the AC, because that was one of my concerns, was that how do we know if we repair it again right now, the fact that it's winter, we're not going to know that it works. And you said, well, we have ways of checking that. But then again, on 9/15, on September 15, we dropped it off to have the rear AC fixed. And the response back was it was working fine, there's nothing wrong with it. And then we had a stretch of warm days where it was quite obvious that the AC didn't work, and we brought it back in on 9/22. You guys had it for approximately 2 weeks, and we picked it up. You guys, of course, again told us the AC worked. We picked it up as soon as we had warm days, which was a coincidence again. It clear at the end of September, when we think it's going to be winter. We did have some 70-degree days, at which point we got to use it, and there was no AC whatsoever. So I guess none of this is described in that letter that I got.
I guess because it's us all here in the system. I mean, all the repair orders of all the previous repairs done are already in the computer.
So what does the system say? I guess here's the thing. I look at this letter, and I show up a year from now, or summertime, in 2008, to get this fixed again. You're not there. Greg's not there. These guys are going to tell me to stick it. So I guess what I want to know is, what does the system say, and is there any way for me to get a printout of that?
Well, it's basically do you still have your repair orders?
I have, well, yeah, I do. I do have them.
Okay. Because that's basically all we have is those repair orders.
Right, and that's not good then, because let me read the last repair order. It says, let's see, approved, revised estimate by Ron comments. There's a misfire upper, all this says is has some diagnostic stuff. And then customer states AC does not work. Temp door working properly, recovered 2.6. All this says is it's fixed. That's not good for me. You see what I'm saying, Scott? So I show up summertime or springtime, 2008. They look in their notes. They say, "Oh yeah, your stuff is fixed. Let's charge you another $1,000." I'm into this thing $1,000, and every time I bring it to you guys, I owe more money. I don't know.
Well, I guess I'll back up and kind of start with the repair order copy you have right now, where it says down as far as there's a 3 different lines there. One's cause and then correction.
Right.
What does it read? I can't get it all up in my computer right now. Read me what it says there. starts out with following repair, customer called, vehicle in Salt Lake.
Yeah, hang on one second. I got to get a stapler. You got to remove a staple.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, so we're talking repair or order. Let's see. I have a number. The last four digits are 1449.
No, I'm looking for repair order 404215.
And is that the 215? Okay, so that's not necessarily a repair order. This is just the invoice you guys just mailed out, right?
Which is a repair order.
Okay.
That's how I'm making sure it's in the computer. If I don't open an actual repair order, there will be nothing in the computer.
Okay, so customer states front and rear AC in out. Following repair, customer called vehicle in Salt Lake. Following repair, customer called vehicle in Salt Lake. Customer will bring back when in town AC system at no charge and fix for no charge if something I missed or caused. Yeah, I mean, but what is that exactly? How do we know?
Okay, we know what we repaired, right? Me and you had this discussion the other day of, we did, I have to pull them all back up, but we did the Schrader valve in the front.
Right.
Actually did both. One was bad, that was the first time in, and we replaced both the Schrader valves, figuring with as many miles on the truck, if one was bad, the other one's probably going.
Right,
Okay.
and so hang on, wait. With as many miles on the truck, you're saying that, of course, the Schrader valve, one was leaking, so you
Right.
replaced both, but I thought the conversation was with a truck with that many miles, then automatically you would also replace the expansion valve and back?
No, I never said that. I said that what we failed to do, as far as my shop foreman's concerned, is to check the rear filter and see if we had any additional issues in the rear, and the tech did not do so.
Those things come with a rear filter?
It's a little wire filter inside the system.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so that was the, whether he failed to or not. I mean, the concern at that point was he did not check the rear AC part. Basically, completely separate system with the exception of a compressor and a condenser. It's basically an entire AC system in the back of the truck. So when you brought it back, my shop foreman checked it and found that it needed a TXV valve. Okay. The only part that we said let's change them both due to the miles is the two Schrader valves. One was bad, the other we didn't say was bad, but we said we should do them both right now.
See, I thought that we had talked about a truck with enough mileage would have possibly an abundance of metal particulate matter in there, and that it was common. Matter of fact, even Greg Hill gave me the number 30 to 40% of the time.
I understand. That's what I'm trying to explain is the tech never checked it. He should have.
Okay.
Okay, and we did not charge you when it came back in and we replaced the TXV. We didn't charge you any of the additional charges that would, if he had checked it, we didn't charge you for that. We didn't charge for the evac and recharge. Any of the duplicated processes involved in checking that,
yeah,
we did not charge you. Didn't charge you any diagnosis fee. Didn't charge you for the evac and recharge, because those would have been handled the first visit one time. You know what I mean?
Well, I do, but it still is boggling my mind, I guess, because the bill was over $500, whereas my first air conditioning bill was $351, and then the second one, where I'm supposed to get all this free work and stuff, was $500 and something. Let me see, 528. So it was more than 50% increase over the first repair. So I don't.
You realize you can't even. You realize that as far as working on your rear AC, it's buried behind all of the panels.
So we're not comparing.
The front AC is right there in the hood.
Okay.
It's labor involved in pulling it apart.
Okay, so we're not comparing apples and oranges.
Not even close.
Okay. All right, go ahead and continue.
Okay, so we did that, of course, and then I believe that was it, the final repair. That was it, if I remember right.
Right.
And then now we're having problems again.
Well, it never worked for us to begin with.
I understand, but I'm just saying, based on it was here, they ran it here, said it was working good. You took it. Now it's not working again.
Well, let me ask you about that. Do you show in your records the times that we dropped off on 9/1, 9/15, 9/22? Do you show all that?
I've got 9/15, 9/22, and then the one I wrote. I don't see one for 9/1. I see one for 8/18.
What do your notes say for 9/15?
All it says here that I can read is customer states, fixed AC about 3 weeks ago, and the rear AC does not work. No repair or charge on this vehicle to return. So it kind of looks like we did.